Hey guys, and welcome to another StarShare tutorial. So today we're going to be discussing how to become an event organizer. This is a really long video, just like the previous video. This is a series, a three-part series. So we're going to be having how to become a star, how to become an event organizer, and how to become a supplier. These videos average between 35 to 40 minutes, and I know it is really long, but there's just so much to cover on the system so that you can get a real overview of how amazing StarShare is and all of the things you can do to take full advantage of it. I'm going to do my best to try and keep this as short as possible. And if I do make mistakes, I apologize. We will be cutting these videos down into specifics. For instance, how to register an account, how to create an event, organize a profile, how to edit a profile, and so forth. But it is a new system, so just to start off, we decided to create an overview based on the specific profiles. So I haven't created a new account for the reason that I needed to create a payment, get the payments process approved by admin, which I'm going to take you through shortly, and also to show you how to use the CMS effectively. I needed to create an account beforehand. So starting off, you would basically download the app, you would register, login, and if you open up the sidebar, you'll see that under upgrade profile, you'll be shown three options, which is become star, become event organizer, and become supplier. You can see mine's are missing because I've already followed the prompts and gone through that process. Once you do complete that information, you'll be shown a congratulations tab. And once you click that, you'll notice that you'll go back to the home page. And if you open up the side menu, it'll show you now that under profiles, there's this gear icon, which says organizer's private profile. And once you click that, you'll be shown all of the information that you've just added. So it says, welcome to your profile. Please click on any item to edit it. So we've added this pop-up because people are saying that they didn't realize that they could actually edit the information live on this page. So StarShare's done an amazing job at this because, for instance, I want to make an amendment to my icon at the top, a logo. I simply just click that and I'm able to change that live. And the same goes for the other elements like click to email, click to call, and anything else that you'd like to change. So for instance, you'd like to change your banner, you just click the top right and you press edit and you change that, and then automatically it will update. So we have been asked before, if you do make these amendments, will your fans be able to see the updates, or will the other parties be able to see the updates? The answer is yes. They just have to close their app and reopen it. So the next time they open it up, it would have the live amendments that you've already made. Okay, so once you've registered as a event organizer, you'll notice at the top it says log into the StarShare platform. So that's a new, that purple banner, that's a new item. And you'll also notice maybe one or two things, for instance, the barcode scanner that's been activated. And you'll notice under the social network, you'd have a couple of new options. But what I can say is that we'll start off with the CMS and then work our way from there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click log into the StarShare platform. Sorry. All right, so you don't have to work it this way. I'm only opening both to show you sort of how they both interact with one another, so that you just get more comfortable with the system and you can sort of explore different parts of it. So I'm going to log into both, and as you can see on the mobile already, that the side menu, if I open it, is the same as the iPad or desktop version. So the first tab you're going to see is the dashboard. The dashboard is going to present you with your current events, or my events, quotes requested, total revenue, how much you've made, up and coming events, analytics, and latest quotes requests. If I go ahead and click on events, it's going to show me my list of events and the ability to create events. So if I, for instance, say add event, I can enter my title, my event venue, so address, event date, time. I also can select between public and private. So for instance, on the app, if you go to the map, events map, and a user, a fan, or anybody else wants to go to any specific event that you might be offering, you can see that it says public as a type underneath, and they'll see the difference between a public and a private event. Okay, event tags. So say for instance, my name was Sun Party. Your tag would be Sun Party, and the relevance of a tag is so that people can search the system and find the specific event that they're looking for. Over here, you'll see that the search tag option on the left, they can search for the tag and then they'll find that. So let's say Sun Festival. You see, they'll be able to find it over there. So the tag is really important to use, and it's really, really useful as well, because you could also use that on social network and ask them to search for that specific tag for an event. Okay, the next is the select star. So this is really stunning. You can basically onboard a star to start, and if you ask the question of, will you be able to onboard more than one star, the answer is yes. Just to create your account to start off with, you will onboard one, and then I'm going to show you how to do the rest of them afterwards, because you can onboard them one by one. So for instance, if I go to the Sun Festival, okay, you will notice that I've just purposely used an image that was cropped, and you'll see underneath it says upload 1200 by 400 pixels. Try and get a graphic designer or somebody that knows how to use Photoshop or any program to give you these exact dimensions. Otherwise your images will be cropped and it doesn't look that great if your images are cut off, especially if you've got text. So I'm going to just see if I can find one with some sort of okay, there you go. So you can see over here that the famous is cut off, so you want to try and keep within the parameters of the system. All right, so I'm going to just go back to the events that I've created, and I'm going to just select one of these. I'm going to come back to this specific function over here when I discuss the ticketing system. But for now, I'm just going to say view, and just to overview the analytics over here, you've got number, event name, how many tickets have been sold, status, so up and coming or completed. So you'll have a history of both, and then also able to action them, which is view. And then that'll allow you to view very in-depth information, so advanced analytics on this specific event. So right over here, if you hover over something, for instance, like event and date, event time, it's got all the basic information, a number of stars that are added, numbers of tickets sold, total earnings, tickets remaining. Under the information tab, you'll be able to change the event's title and then the event's tag as well. You unfortunately will not be able to change your event date, your time, your type, and your venue. The reason for this is that you've committed users to subscribing to these events. You don't want to go back on your information. It's going to cause quite a stir. So try and enter the information correctly from the start. Next, you'd have add tickets. So this is just what we call a dummy data image over here. It's just an example image, but basically what you want to do is create something with a floor plan. So, if it's a stadium, you'd have like a oval, and then you'd have the seat numbers A, B, C, D, E on the picture. And what we've done is created a seat generator that will allow you to choose anything you want. So you can base for instance, your image as anything you want to, and your seat types as anything as you want to. Let's create one called standing, and say your unit price is 350, and the short code would be as well the same as the seat type, which is standing. And over here would be the select range. You can choose anything. So I'm going to say 40 just for the sake of this test. Okay, so we've already got standing. So I'll say standing 1 because that's already a part of the one of the seats that I've already got available. Okay, so if I go to edit tickets, you'll see that now my value of all the seats that I have is equivalent to 704,008. Sorry, yes, 704,800, and that's what is going to be owed, and that's the amount that you'll be making. So what the system does as well is it does create an automated system where it'll say standing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then all the way down to 40 automatically. Tickets sold, this would be your basically your amount that's been sold alive, so you can go ahead and check your amounts if you are running campaigns that you want to maybe do some advertising around it. Your transactions would be funds coming in. And over here, you'd be able to change stars, or not change stars, you can remove stars, but you can also add any other star on the system. So you just search for them and you'll be able to add them. We do require you to speak with that star first beforehand and make that agreement before just loading them on without their knowledge. There's got to be a level of respect for one another where you will be communicating with them on a one-on-one basis, and if they do accept to go to your event, then you're welcome to upload them. All right, so the next item is something that's really beautiful, what StarShare's created, which is request a quote. And request a quote is where you'd be able to, for instance, select a supplier. Your event that you've selected over here would be the one that comes up as default. You would select the event organizer's address. So you would choose your address and your message. Hi, I need beer for 600 people. And I'll say send request. And that request is going to go through to the supplier's CMS, and they will get a message up here to say that this message has been sent. All right, so your notifications will come through here, and on the supplier's end, they will receive a notification to say that they've received a quote. And in the next video, when we go into the supplier's portal, I will show you how the invoicing works in depth. So for instance, if I had to send that quote, the supplier would accept it. They would send a quote back to us to show us exactly how much it's going to cost over here under your quotes. And you'll see that you've got a response, approved, and then send quote. So quote sent. If the supplier sends one back to you, it will be seen as approved, and then you will get all the information over here. So for instance, it says, so I just created a test one before saying I need tents, and that was created, and then basically all the information was added from the supplier. They sent me a quote, and if I say pay supplier, I'll land on the invoicing page automatically, and if I'm happy with everything, I'll go ahead and make payments, and then the supplier will receive an invoice as well to show that the transaction was successful. All right, so under analytics, we've got for event organizers analytics, which is for revenue from tickets. So you'll have the amount and per month, purchase tickets and ratings. Donations is also the same. So donations is who's donated to your cause, and the amounts and per month, as well as latest donations. So a history of that. So there's a lot of analytics that will keep a record of your ins and outs. The next will be transactions, so of the event organizer. So here's all your transaction lists, same for donations and sent. All right, the next item is a push notification. For those of you that don't know what a push notification is, if you've ever used Facebook or something that sends you live updates, you'll have this little message come out the bottom of your screen, say like that, and then it'll go up again. That's a push notification. StarShare has created your own personal push notification portal. If you had to pay for this yourself, it is really expensive and really complex to build. But they've gone ahead and given you this option for free. So if you go, for instance, and say add notification, you are able to target your followers, specifically the people that follow you on your social network, which I'm going to explain at the end of the video, and your tickets purchase. So what's really strong or really powerful about this is you'll be able to go and select Sun Festival, for instance, and you're able to send a live notification to all of the people that have purchased a ticket for that specific event. You can send it now, or you can schedule it for a specific date and time. You'd give a title and a description and then say send. So these notifications over here are free. You do not need to pay for them. Marketing is also push notifications, but is a much deeper level. So for instance, you would go ahead and purchase a package, so basic, pro, and advanced, and you would create buy credit. So credit basically equates to one user. So if you buy 10 credits, it's 10 people will receive messages. I've already purchased one, so if I go back now to start marketing, you'll also notice that now there's a much sort of higher level of functionality. So let's say I have a event coming up and I want to attract some stars to, come and contact us to come and play music. You can select age. You can select how many followers they have on the system. So say, for instance, you want to say this is 1,000 to 4,000. You would select a star that has maybe 2,000 to 4,000 followers. How many people have liked them? So you could say maybe between 1,000 to 3,000. And the system's automatically going to give you an average of the amount that is going to best suit your search criteria. So over here it says 14. So I'll go ahead and click 14, that's 14 credits. And it's the same notification process. You can either send it immediately or you can schedule your live notification as well for a later time. You can also use title and description. All right, scan tickets is the next item, and this is definitely one of the most exciting functionalities that comes with the StarShare CMS, your virtual desk, and there are 4 ways to interact with tickets on the ticket scanning process. So the first one would be the barcode scanner. So you can connect a barcode scanner to your computer and you can scan tickets that way. The second option would be to punch the tickets numbers in here manually and approve them. So both of these options is just an in case. So sometimes maybe you're going to want to have alternative ways of scanning the tickets so that, say, the network goes down or something like that, you've got backups, different ways to sort of cover yourself. So I showed you over here under the Event Organiser, you notice there's another button under here, which is a PDF. And what this is it's a manual printable version of exactly that. So you got the barcode image, you got the buyer's name, you got the seat number and amount, and you can print these out at your event so that people can still get in if there is any technological problems with reception or something is just not functioning technologically and you really need an offline option. That's the absolute best way to do it. I'm going to go ahead and open up a ticket right over here as an example, and I'm just going to show you how this works on the StarShare system. So this is what a ticket looks like once a user purchases a ticket. So how a person would purchase a ticket, there are different ways to doing it, but the most common way is to, for instance, click on one of these events over here, and I would say book ticket as a user. And over here, there would be a seating plan, like I explained with, you can upload any sort of floor plan you like, and I can go ahead as a user and I can select exactly what kind of seats I want. They can also they can select as many of these tickets as they want, and they can also share it with their friends and family on the system, which means that they can literally just go to the sidebar and say my purchase tickets. So they'll see what tickets they have available over there, and shared tickets would have a history of their friends and family that they've shared that ticket with live. So it's very, very dynamic, and it gives you a lot of powerful functionalities. So for instance, if your friend's phone smashes and breaks and he doesn't have his phone or she doesn't have his phone, you can go to your shared tickets and scan all your friends and yourself. You don't need to do it through their devices. So we've given a lot of different ways for you to interact with the ticketing system. Another amazing feature that StarShare has created is probably one of the most exciting ones, is StarShare has created its own customized QR code scanner within the cell phone. Not only that, you can also assign users to scan on your behalf. So you can create a user on StarShare with a name, last name, email, password, and events, and they will log out of their account and log in with these details. And once they've done that, they will actually be able to scan your tickets on your behalf at all your events. And I'm going to give you an example of what this looks like, just so that you have an idea of how the process works. But it's incredibly powerful. You literally just open up your sidebar, you click on scanner, it opens up a live scanner, and you are able to scan a ticket of a person. This is not going to work because this is just an example, but it says you're not registered as a ticket manager of this event, but you get the idea. Basically, you can scan this information live. And what's more, on top of that, the system will automatically pick up that ticket was scanned, and you will not be able to scan tickets twice or three times, or there's no loopholes. So it's really Loctite, and your tickets will stay safe, so that there's no lost funds or having people sort of, trying to find ways to get free entry. The next option is your settings, which is very straightforward, and that's just ability to change your settings. Invoice settings over here would be what you want your invoice to state as your address. You can go ahead and add that, and then all your invoices will have that information on. You can also go ahead and add your, for instance, your SARS details. You can add your VAT or your tax details, and then say update, and those will be available there as well. Okay, so that's the CMS. A very brief description of it, but that is the CMS. And if you open up your sidebar menu on the app, you'll notice that the barcode scanner will be activated. Your events tabs, such as your purchase tickets and share tickets, will be available. Those are also available to your fans, your stars, and your suppliers. And then regarding the marketing tab, the first time you come onto this tab over here, you'll notice that you cannot click on Start Marketing. It's going to say that you need to add your payment details. If you go to payment settings over here, or on your app, you go to payments, you'll notice that it says that you have to add your merchant ID and your merchant key from PayFast. So you can go to payfast.co.za, get a free account, and add your merchant ID and your merchant key. And this is going to take a little bit of time, so it's a manual process. You have to submit these details through to the StarShare's admin, and StarShare will then accept it, and once it's connected, all of your future payments will be automatic, and it will go through straight to your PayFast account. So for instance, if somebody buys tickets, your ticket amount will come through to your account minus the fees, and it's a really seamless process. So you only need to do this once. We apologize that it does take so long of 24 hours, but up to 24 hours. But just please bear in mind that we are doing this for your security, and we are working closely with PayFast to also ensure that everything runs smoothly once you add these details. And please make sure that your details are correct, because once you've submitted them and they're incorrect, those funds might not be put into your account if there are any incorrect digits. All right, so on the left-hand side, I'm just going to go through the navigation of the platform. That's standard extras for the suppliers, event organizers as well. So the top right, if you click Event Organizer, you'll notice that you're able now to create posts, and these are free as well. So on the social network, you can now send posts to people that are following you. So you can add a YouTube link with a description or an image with a description. If you go straight to the public post, you'll notice that this will be a feed based on all the people you are following. And if you'd like to post something for your fans, stars, or suppliers to see, you'd go ahead and then select that. All right, thank you very much for watching this video, and I look forward to starting the next video, which is going to be covering the suppliers and also going through how they are going to receive your quote requests and how they're going to authorize everything and create their products. But until then, I'll chat to you soon.